who's been around for a long, long time. Chigwidden's kick is a good one, and a very strong mark there taken by West.
It's been solid, hasn't he? Gives it off to Heel, playing at centre field tonight. He's done a terrific job in that position. Dropping back underneath it was Rouvray. He missed the ball. Buttering up now, Bartlett. He's had a huge pre-season. He's showing the benefit, the big man. They're putting big raps on him. He's not letting them down. And Bartlett puts through Glenelg's 12th goal.
Williams and Ginniver, and Darren Smith needs to pop up a lot more often.
This is Kretschmer. Missed most of 94 with an eye injury. And it really took the wind out of Glenelg's on-ball vision. It hurt them. Chigwidden, dominant player tonight. He's open 95 like he left off in 94. Short over the top to McGuinness. A powerful running player. He's so very fit. He can tear sides apart if he just wants to run. 20 kicks. 25 possessions. It's a beautiful ball. It's a long ball. Under it, McCulley. Man at the front. He took it, the big man. They're running. Look at them go. Hallahan. How could they leave him in the wilderness for 2 years? He's starring tonight. Caldo couldn't gather it in. Cleverly done, Roger the Dodger. Back to Carter. They've gang tackled him, but Carter got taken high. Or did he? No. It's a Glenelg free kick. Rouvray into the open goal. What a cakewalk. Glenelg 13-6. Port Adelaide 4-5. What a boil over in round one.
So under enormous duress here, the Magpies, as Hocking, Rouvray in front, Mead at the back spoiling well, Visca, good rebounding work into the centre. Chance for Bartlett. Look at Chigwidden grab the footy and run. He runs at 20 metres and then bangs it toward goal, and he has hit the post. Big build-up.
Have a look at this. He's gone down. Oh, well, I wouldn't have paid it, but Visca, tough player.
And stops.
Well, if you want to play and you want to win, you've got to get numbers to the fall of the ball, and your job's not done.
War from defence. High ball. West, a big fly. 2 bites of the cherry. He claims it, but played on. Gives it off to Bartlett. A high ball to half forward. Heel caught under it with Ginniver. Ginniver, superior strength. Oh, Bailey showed good courage. Off it goes now, out the back door. Well done, Dean. Gives it off to Chigwidden round the corner. Caldo's got it. Well, he was playing in front of Roger Delaney, and that's all that counted. And the full forward from Morwell in Victoria, who had a very slow start to the season last year, but really did dominate the latter half. In fact, he kicked 8 goals against North Adelaide late in the season to stamp himself as a full forward. And he has 3 already tonight. This will be his 4th.
Well, as you called it, Dean Caldo.
If you've just joined us, that score is right. And the Bays with a mighty lead. And Scott Hodges and David Hutton both in hospital. Hodges, we believe, with a broken ankle, and Hutton with a dislocated elbow. Terrible news for the Magpies. It goes without saying. They're 2 wonderful players. Here's Dean, got it from Kretschmer, and then he goes more central up toward Caldo. At the back is Delaney. Good spoil, good discipline work. Carter from centre half back up towards Smith. What a mark at the back there by War. And David, you mentioned you like him. He's pretty impressive, isn't he?
He's a dasher. He's got good hands overhead. And the thing I like about him, his disposal is pinpoint perfect, as was that kick from Dean to Caldo. And Caldo marks 35 metres out. The angle is tight.
Well, there's nothing you can do about that. If you're a full-back and the ball's delivered like that and he plays in front, that's a good grab. Ball in front, 1 grab, and looking to kick number 5.
How many years has Delaney got, Michael?
Well, last year, you know, they said too slow, too old, but he's a great player. I'd say at least another 2.
Dean Caldwell, 2nd year of his contract with the Bays, drifts it off to the right. It's a behind. He's kicked 4 goals, 3.
Waterhouse, who looks pretty good. Not hard to pick up. War with him, so 2 new players. One's a local, one comes from interstate. And then Waterhouse ran into all sorts of trouble. Look at that by War, that was very good. And then by McGuinness, who bangs it toward right half forward. Hallahan's got it. That turnover quite superb by Glenelg. Hallahan goes in short, laterally, and he's found Kretschmer. And Kretschmer, is he within kicking distance or not?
Well, he could kick it, but he will pass off, I'm sure.
There he goes. Well, he has, and he's gone about 15.
Chris McDermott, maybe Tony Hall occasionally, and Paul Rouvray had a knee reconstruction. So, apart from the players they've recruited, oh, that's a great kick. That's a great kick, Heel, right through the middle. 15 goals up to Glenelg. And I was about to say, apart from the players they've recruited, they've got all these players back from injury. Glenelg are ahead there, and Freeze are pretty even. But out of the centre is where Glenelg are winning at 19-14, and yet again they do it. McCulley thumps it forward. This is Bartlett, a hurried kick. Out of space it goes, Brett Dean. They've got numbers forward, Glenelg, and they're reaping the rewards. But now they're crowding their forward line. Now, that hasn't been the case in the first half. It's worked for them this time.
Shit. No, in the back, yeah.
Yeah, there was a push and a mark, so take your pick. West took the mark, but Caldale got the push in the back. Roger Delaney just pushed him out of that contest. But you've got to say Caldale was shepherding off Roger Delaney and did it beautifully.
Well, playing smart football, and that's what we don't see enough. And when there's a contest, when you can create a non-contest, players that aren't going to get the ball should do that more often, and Dean Caldale done it to perfection.
We did it in the first term the same way, and now he goes for goal. 5 goals, 3 Caldale. A productive effort from full forward. Glenelg looking remarkably vibrant.
Played 3 times last year, these two sides, and played each other 3 times, and Port Adelaide won twice, Glenelg once. Almost the mark. Has it been paid? It has, or not? Yes, it has, and West has got it 35 metres out.
And those 3 times in the opening round 5, Glenelg won by 16 points, but then Port came back in round 15 and won by 132 points at Glenelg and kicked Glenelg off the ground on their home ground. And then in round 25 they went down to Alberton, where the Magpies won by 19.
So here's West directly in front, 50 metres out. Oh, good kick, Jimmy West. Good kick, Jay West. First goal for the night. It's 17-9 to 5-8. Said he's the best, arguably the best forward in the, well, he is the best forward in the competition.
I take your point, but Tyler kicked 100 odd the year before when Hodges wasn't available, so let's take nothing away from Port Adelaide. They've got plenty of options. They'll recover from that. And Scott Hodges, I must say, I saw him at training during the week. He's looking the best I've seen him in a pre-season ever. This is the wonderful skills of Phil McGuinness, driving it forward. He pirouetted out, gave it off to Hallahan, and look at the run of Heel. They've got runners everywhere from midfield. Heel was decked, but he still gets the goal. It won't matter. And Glenelg 18-9, 117 lead. Port Adelaide 5-9, 39. Yes, the scoreboard drill. And look at the presence of Bartlett.
Great work by McGuinness, as David's called it. Hallahan creating something up there, and Hill, the runners have happened all day, and
Carter picked him off.
Yeah, not a lot in it. He probably could have hit him just slightly late, but all that matters is Glenelg's got number 18 on the board.
Well, he can play at centre-half back, centre-half forward, or in the ruck.
18-9 to 5-9. Yes, that score is correct, and Glenelg enjoying a big night out. Hallahan kicks to Caldo on his chest.
Well, I ask you, Michael, how can Glenelg leave Paul Hallahan dying at Victor Harbour when he can produce this sort of football? Why would Mark Williams throw him on the scrap heap like that?
Well, it happens, David. Some coaches obviously think more of some players than others do, and great credit to Hallahan coming back. He had something to prove. He's come back and fired tonight.
5 goals to Caldo, 1 in the first and 4 big ones in the second. There's the kick. Bang, straight through. Another one.
Plays on quickly, gives it off to Darcy. Darcy has to give it away. He was beautifully tackled. Hallahan. What a recruit this fellow is. A recruit who goes to the country. He's played over 100 games. And what a super mark this by Robbie West.
Yes, way over the top, and that was Darcy to West. So 2 of the recruits doing very well there. Up into Caldo territory. Whistle blows. Umpire says it's a free kick, and it's going back, you would think, to Caldo, and he's going to shoot, David, for what, his 7th. He's got 6.
Well, the thing about Glenelg, most of the night they've played Caldo up forward by himself. They've had a forward pocket rover looming, so anything that he hasn't marked has come to ground, and they've looked for the rover to pick up the crumbs, so they've given him plenty of space to work with.
Well, Roger just getting a little frustrated there. 9 kicks, 5 marks, 1 handball, 6 goals to Dean Caldo. Gee whiz, fella, you've done your job tonight. You'll certainly sleep well. Directly in front, straight through the middle. The umpire just bends the neck and the ball goes over his hat. Darcy, I think that might have been, for Port Adelaide. And Heel in front of the members here. And he gets himself a 25-metre penalty.
Yep.
Just a little late, Waterhouse there. And Heel comes now down to about 85 metres out. He chipped short Strooper, who, as I mentioned earlier, I interviewed him today for TV News, and he said, well, I'm not fit. I'll probably start on the bench, which he did. He's come on, he's done some good things. Kicked a goal. There's the hand pass by Kretschmer and Struper. Big kick by David Struper. Well, I mean, they're trying hard here, but they're not going to get back into this. But they'll be there come September, October. Make no mistake about that. I think that's Rubenik. Yes, it is. And Rubenik was knocked from pillar to post there, but eventually got the kick to the half-back flank.
Towards centre-half forward. And Simons took the option, staring him right in the face. Simons over the top, around the corner, Hallahan. A big player tonight to the point of the square. Oh, don't tell me he's kicked that. That's impossible. Hallahan kicked that. That can't be done. And what a return to league football. What a return. 2 years in the wilderness at Victor Harbour. They pluck him back. Mark Williams leaves the club. He returns. He said he'd never play while Mark Williams was there. And what a recruit.
Well, 95 points this margin. Have another look at this. From, as David put it earlier, the dead pocket. And that is a special goal by Hallahan. And you can be pretty pleased about that.
Well, I've got to say to you, there's only two better goals I've seen on this ground. The 78 grand final, Rick Davies screwed one back into the wind and put it through from that pocket. And Tony Hall's running goal last year, a reverse punt.
In the state game.
In the state game against Victoria. They're the only two goals I've seen that are better than that. This is Stephen Williams through half forward. Melakalis picking it up. Darcy, not a clean take. In fact, he took 4 tries at that one. He'll need to get that a bit better. Redshaw, a hurried handball. This is Rubenik. They're just crashing through the Tigers and killing them from defence. Best on ground, Chigwidden gives it off to Heel, a prominent player. Struper, possessions. This is also easy for him. He must think South Australian football's a cakewalk, and into an open goal he goes. He's played a half of football and he's kicked 3 goals.
Well, you've got to do it over the pre-season, and they've had, what, 3 or 4 games to do it, so Glenelg have done it to perfection, really. So
Yes.
not difficult.
No, but Glenelg really have only assimilated 2 new players. Port Adelaide have got, what, 4, and it can make partial difference. Running through the centre, Visca, a long ball towards full forward, underneath it, West, backed into the pack, showed great courage. Hallahan went off the air and missed it. West was stripped. Oh, yes, the umpire saw it. Little Danny Cowell, the umpire. First game, fellas, by the way, and the umpire is a bar manager here at Football Park, so he knows his way around Footy Park pretty well.
Anything, does it?
Hey, there's something you didn't know.
I'm not buying into that one.
Well, you remember Danny Cowell because he's made a bit of an impact tonight. I think he's done a pretty fair job. Now this is West. West goes for goal, the big man. He had one touched off the boot moments ago. This one's a goal. It gives him 2 goals, 1 for the night. And you've got to say it's a pretty solid performance at centre-half forward. Just ripped them apart, but he hasn't had the sparkle. In fact, he looks just a fraction heavier to me.
Yes, and he's had 16 touches for the day, but you certainly look second-rate when Glenelg have controlled the ball that they have today.
McGuinness been pretty solid. Outside 50 is a prodigious kick. He'll look to pass it off. He does it beautifully. Out on the lead, Jim West. Now, West didn't get a goal in the first half, and he's had 5 shots for goal in the last 35 minutes of football.
Well, he's come good, but you say McGuinness has been solid, 38 touches for the day.
Yeah, you call
it's
it
not
solid.
a bad outing.
Yeah. You would. He's a terrific runner. And West goes goalward, gets the goal. That gives him 3 for the night. A pretty fair effort from centre-half forward. And Glenelg, 25-11, 161. Lead Port, 10 goals, 14, 74.
It really does. You're pretty well finished now, are you, Michael?
Well,
That's terrific stuff. Anyway, Hocking, no point in asking you a question, is there? Go and have a lie down. Struper, who has impressed, there's no doubt about it. McCulley bending the big back. Oh, cleverly done, well done. That was very, very persistent by McCulley. Visca over the head of his target down there. They storm after it. Who's that player?
well done, Bartlett.
Now Delaney, and Rogers had a night he'd rather forget. Carter, there's Roger again, good shot of him too. Gritting the teeth, have a look at him, just persistence personified there. Keep going, Roger. No, just couldn't quite keep it in. Bartlett got it around the corner. Well done by Hamilton, I think that might have been. Now Chiggy, surely a goal coming up now, McGuinness. A bounce and having a bit of a run down that outer side. Done his job. Dean, about, what is he, about 85, 90 metres out, good kick.
Galdau.
He's too far out to score. The full forward, good kick to Hamilton. So they're really just playing around with him now.
Yeah, sorry, Mark. I was just about to say Galdau won't shoot for goal. And I cut across you, and I'm sorry, but that's exactly what he did. He just passed it off. Their team disciplines have been terrific. They've put the ball to the head of the square all night. When they haven't been able to make the distance, they've passed off. And we talked about Waterhouse at the other end, who should have done the same.
Here's Hamilton's kick late in this game, and he has threaded it through from about 45 metres.